you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Hello, and thank you again for joining us on The Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. I'm Sarantos, your humble host and fellow songwriter with a passion for crafting stories through music. As someone who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember, I know how every single song holds its own unique story. And that's what brings us here together every single Tuesday evening to celebrate all these voices behind music that we all love. Tonight, I'm so excited to have on the show Matt Jones and the Bobs. So they bring raw emotion and timeless storytelling to a sound rooted in Americana, roots, and classic rock. Re-emerging with renewed energy, their new music infuses their storytelling foundation with a touch of 90s grit and grunge influences, delivering deeply personal lyrics that navigate love, heartbreak, and resilience. Delivering a sound that feels both comfortably nostalgic and boldly evolved, the band returns with their self-titled sophomore album, Matt Jones and the Bobs.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show. How are you, Matt?
Hey, thanks for having me. Doing great. Excited to be here.
Thanks. So tell us a little bit about your band.
Yeah, of course. So Matt Jones and the Bobs actually originally formed back in 2014. Some time ago, we were all college mates together attending Radford University in Virginia. And, we were together for a couple years and we released our debut album back then. We all went our own separate ways after college into our own lives and careers, many in music, some not so much. But a couple years back, we started all reconnecting and I was getting back into songwriting. I historically was the songwriter for the band and I was writing new music and I reached out to my old bandmates. Everyone loved the songs and they thought, let's get back together. Let's make a record. It just came back with a lot of energy, unexpected energy, the reformation of our project and our group. Really excited for what opportunities lie ahead and kind of broke the dam loose. And now we're writing a lot more new material and thinking we're going to be here to stay this time.
So tell me a little bit about each of the instruments you guys play or what you play.
Most certainly. So I guess you could consider I'm what you might consider the front man of the band. So I'm the lead vocalist. I play acoustic electric guitar primarily, mainly rhythm guitar. And then we have a lead guitar player who's predominantly playing those, lead guitar solos and hook lines. He also does backup vocals, not on this record, but he is also a singer. We do a mixture of both, double bass or upright bass that you might see in more traditional folk or bluegrass or Americana music, but sometimes we do use electric bass. We did use a lot of electric bass on this most recent record, but historically at our live performances, we've always used an upright bass. So our bassist is, I guess I skipped over our lead guitar player. His name is Pat Keefe. He was classically trained growing up and was also a guitar major at Radford University. Justin Doyle and Andrew Carper are kind of now our quasi-bass players. Originally, it was always Justin Doyle. Now we have them both sitting in. Doyle plays the upright, and Andrew Carper plays the electric bass. Trevor Creaney on percussion, hand percussion, and drums, predominantly full drum kit. He was also a music major at Radford University, music business. And I would say that is the core of the band. We do also have keyboardist Jonathan Crandall. Don't want to leave him out. He's on keys and also on synth and strings and pads and any other funky sounds, organs that we can get him going on. So everyone that's in the band now was original to the band back when we were in college. So we're all the original members.
And do you guys have any famous bands or musicians you admire as a band?
Oh, yes. That list would be very diverse, but to try to keep it brief, I'm drawn to the singer-songwriter style musicians, some of the older kind of classic singer-songwriter stuff, John Prine, Jackson Browne, James Taylor, Jim Croce, folks like that. we also really like kind of like classic folk rock. So, things like the Grateful Dead, the Band, different groups like that were coming up in kind of the rock and roll space, CCR. And then, of course, modern folk has obviously influenced our music, traditional and modern bluegrass as well. But we're all also millennials and 90s kids, so we grew up in like grunge and 90s rock. So
you guys hate Nirvana, right?
yeah, I mean, you will get subtle hints, whether that be in Pat's lead guitar hooks, in the style of tones he's using or the way he's playing, or in the melodies that I write, maybe in certain parts of the song where it's just a subtle little kind of point at a 90s band. Like Third Eye Blind, for example, was one of my favorite bands growing up. So I know sometimes some of their melodies can lean into my songwriting a little bit.
Lyrics first, music first. Do you do it? Does your whole band do it? How does that work for you guys?
We have a unique process. I guess for me, I've definitely changed over the years, kind of evolved or experimented with my songwriting styles. I think historically, I would be the one that would predominantly bring a song to the table. And typically, I would write the guitar part and the vocal melody in my head before writing any lyrics. And then, kind of string along mumbles, phrases of words until I would start forming sentences that I admired and then actually writing it down. I still do that occasionally, but that is a little bit more rare. I think as we've grown as musicians and my style of writing has developed a little bit over the years, I do find myself now writing all the time. So I don't have to necessarily have an instrument in my hand. I don't have to be sitting at a piano or have a guitar in my hand. I just write lyrics, take notes and voice memos all the time. And sometimes I'll combine different ideas into a song. But it's still predominantly me coming up with that. The lyrics, the arrangement, the melody, the bass melody, and the bass chord progression, if you will. And then, the band will develop it further from there.
How's your songwriting changed over time? Tell us what influenced those changes.
Yeah, I think, we've grown as individuals, obviously now being adult men and many of us having families of our own. Some of us are married, some of us have kids. So we've lived life. We've had real experiences. We're not just kids having a good time in college anymore after high school. So, I would say, obviously my writing has honed in on those experiences, and my writing always tend to go to more of the heartfelt moments and even serious topics, But I guess as I've aged, I think that is a little bit more easy for me to tap into, and it just kind of comes naturally to me now. I think as I've gotten older too, my kind of natural gift of being a storyteller, which is what folk and Americana music is all about. Even if the songs now, I think in the past I always looked at personal experience when I wrote the songs, and now I'm able to escape outside of that box and think about it from a third-party perspective, more like I'm just telling a story. So it's not always about me anymore.
That's a difficult thing to get used to, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, man, tell us about this song we're going to hear. What inspired this one?
This one definitely has the 90s influence. I think it's still in the overall realm of the Americana genre. It's got some Tom Petty vibes to it, who's another, inspiration to me. I chose this one because it was the first single we released off the record this year of our self-titled album. And it was kind of the first song that I wrote with the ideal of bringing the band back together. So it was an important one to us. It kind of got everyone's energy and blood pumping to get recording again.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let's take a listen to it, and then we'll come back and talk some more, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
All right, awesome. Everybody check this out. Here we go.
It's been a long time coming, now we're drifting again. So many faces, pretty places, honey, riding the wind. We talked about how America had broken down, of life and love and happiness, and how we figured convinced that you're a friend, a foundation, a rock. We talked about how the world was gonna crash and burn, but like an old tent revival, live a sweet rebirth. And you said, hey my friend, time is endless. But as the world was spinning faster and was tumbling down, you stood still. You stood still. Late night drinking, early rise, and getting carried away. Ain't it funny how a country boy and city girl play? We talked about greeting death, it's just another door. You said the ones we love are gonna miss us, I'm sure. And you said, hey my friend, time is endless. But as the world was spinning faster and was tumbling down, you stood still. You stood still. In a rundown car outside Racina Park, where the truth healed the hurt, I could see your breath, the pressing fog on the glass, and I knew you were gonna clench my hands, fix everything, and keep me from falling, and let our souls fly high from our bodies tonight. We'll dive in. And you said, hey my friend, time is endless. But as the world spinning faster and was tumbling down, you stood still. You stood still. You stood still. You stood still.
That was a cool song. Thank you for sharing it with us tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for airing it, and hope you enjoyed it.
What's the longest amount of time you've worked on a single song that you will confess to live on the air here?
You know, that is definitely something that's changed in my songwriting. I think in the old days when I was younger, I would procrastinate because I would come up with a guitar riff I really liked or a vocal melody, and I just wouldn't move on. So sometimes I might actually sit on that song for several months before putting any lyrics to it. In my new style of writing, I just don't do that anymore. Like if I come up with a vocal melody or a guitar part or lyrics separately that I can apply to a progression I already have, I usually just do that and push on through. And I'll just keep churning and burning and writing more songs. I've kind of gotten into a comfort zone with myself in my writing to say I can always go back to the lyrics and revise later. If I don't push through this, I may not write the next tune that's just on the cusp of being something great, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite 90s gem?
Oh, man. The audience may think it's cliche, but I have to resort back to Third Eye Blind. Again, that was my favorite band growing up. I had many, there are many really good 90s rock bands, but I would probably say the simplicity of the lead guitar part from No Jumper, Third Eye Blind, is a great, just synopsis and summary of being a 90s kid to me.
Yeah. Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be for you? And then what would your band's superpower be? And it can't be anything musical, by the way.
Oh, wow. That's a crazy question.
That's my specialty.
If I had a superpower and then the band has a superpower as well, right?
Yep. And nothing to do with music.
I'm going to caveat your idea a little bit of nothing to do with music and say maybe be able to turn invisible.
Okay.
But not to do anything heinous.
Sure.
Maybe other than maybe you could sneak into all the places you want to go to that maybe you don't have access to. And then maybe that would put you into unique positions of meeting people and networking with people that you haven't got to meet before. Or it could be as simple as just turning invisible and walking backstage to see the greatest band ever, something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. If you had a tattoo that would best represent your music, what would it be? What part of your body would it be on and why?
Oh, wow. That's another tough one. I would think it would have to be something to do. Now, I probably wouldn't actually get this tattoo, but if in, thinking about this, I would say it would have to be something to do with the Appalachian Mountains, whether that be an actual tattoo of the mountains or pine trees or a creek or something in nature. I grew up in a very small, very, very, very small rural town, very low population. So I'm from the sticks, grew up in the middle of nowhere in the woods with really nothing to do. So, and I grew up in a household that was musical, singing a lot of old, my family singing a lot of old, time music, bluegrass music, old hymns, things of that nature that have obviously continued to inspire and be a part of my music. So it would have to be something from my heritage around the Blue Ridge Mountains in Appalachia.
You got any cool stuff for the fans to share?
I would just say keep, your eyes open and your ears tuned in. We appreciate all the support and positive feedback we've gotten, after reforming after 10 years. We are going to be hitting the road soon. I'm going to be doing a lot of solo acoustic acts throughout the remainder of the year, some acoustic touring. The band is gearing up. We're going to be doing a lot next year, getting back into the major festival circuit in the U.S. So something we're really excited about. And so be on the lookout for that. I don't want to say too much too early, but there's going to be a couple of smaller releases coming up soon that I'll be making some announcements about. And then we're already cutting a new full studio album that we'll be releasing next year.
You have any superstitions that you do before a live performance?
Before performance? I don't think so. Other than drink Red Bull, which is probably counterproductive.
All right. How would you rate your memory during a live show? Any problem remembering lyrics or anything like that?
No, I would say, knock on wood. Don't want to jinx myself, but that is something that I've always had a good grasp on. Back in college, for many years, I never wrote any of my songs down. They were only stored in my head. And it wasn't until I think our senior year of college, my bandmates finally convinced me to write all my lyrics down.
Yeah, okay. It's funny. I remember hearing stories that for other artists that were older, they put cue cards up to see them. Now people just have iPads.
Yeah.
A little cheat that I love to do is if I just hear like a reference vocal in one of my ears.
Sure.
Again, I'm like you, right? When you've written so many songs, if you have a number one hit song, you're going to remember that forever, right? But
of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's like an easy little cheat, I think, where you can kind of, it's not perfect, but kind of seems easy than looking at cue cards or iPads like I've seen some people do.
Yeah, for sure. I like that idea.
Tell us where people can find you. Where can they stream your stuff, buy it, hook up with you guys online if they want to?
Anywhere music is streamed, you can find us, so whatever your preferred streaming platform is, all the majors, of course, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and then many of the smaller ones as well. You can find us on our website at mattjonesandthebobs.com. That'll be having a bunch of tour dates posted soon. You can check us out on all social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We have a YouTube channel as well where you can watch our full official music videos for all of our singles we released this year. Also check out any visualizers we posted this year. And so you can get us on all those platforms, and lots more coming soon. So
it's very cool, man. I want to thank you for being on the show tonight. Cool show, and I think you guys will continue to do some good stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much again for having me. Glad to be here. It was a lot of fun.
You're welcome, man. And to all the guests tonight, thank you for sharing a little bit of your precious time with the two of us. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a songwriter with a story to share, please reach out on songwritershow.com. To all our other listeners, I hope this episode's inspired you to explore your own stories through whatever your heart desires. My name is Sarantos. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Keep creating and sharing. I'll see you next Tuesday evening. Have a great night.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.